What is going on, people? Jumping in on this podcast to let you know about our incredible sponsors, Trained by JP, aka TBJP, the one-stop shop for all your bodybuilding needs. Whether you're looking for supplements or clothing, they have it all. Quite possibly the biggest range of subs you will find anywhere in the world, end of. Whether you're looking for pre-workouts, stim-free or high-stim, intra-workout shakes, post-workout cream of rices, vegan supplements, it is all there for you, as well as the highest grade of health subs that you will need in your arsenal. Check them out. It's www.tb-jp.com, and on there you will also find all the clothing which they release multiple times per year, but get your hands on them quick because they are limited drops. Use the discount code MAGIC10 for money off. Help the brother out, and let's get back to the podcast. Peace. First one on, bro.
Eager, mate, eager.
First one on. That's a record. Oh, I can see the card in the background and everything.
My missus is like, if it's going online, we gotta set it up nice.
Sick, bro. Sick, mate.
Oh, mate, unbelievable weekend, man.
Is it? Well, I'll wait for the boys to come back on before I go into it, actually.
Yeah, otherwise we'll say everything before they're even here.
Yeah, I may as well text them and say, boys, don't bother coming on. Andy's usually the first one on, but you've beat them.
Mate, yeah. As you got prepped and ready.
Yeah, man. Oh, you good? Are you doing all good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I've finally been catching up on some sleep, mate, because I think for 3 days after, I just literally wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
I think my adrenaline must have been up so much and the shock, and I would go to bed tired, but I just wouldn't be able to sleep.
Just buzzing.
Yeah, just in shock. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, last night, mate, and the night before, fucking hell, I had good night's sleep, but even still, I still feel a bit like, oh, fucking hell, I'm tired. Like, it's
gonna take you, even like just prep in general, and after prep, you still.
I think that's what it is catching up with me, you know.
Yeah, it's normally like you catch up from that, but then when you've got that big red thing in the background on top of it, it's even you're even going to be like more just like constantly on the go, man, isn't it? Just like your mind working overtime.
Yeah, man. But
what's happening, and?
What's happening? Well done, Josh.
Thanks, Phil.
I was gonna have already said to you, but
yeah.
So yeah, awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
This is like the formal congratulations, isn't it? Because it's on like.
I think we all knew it was coming. I messaged the report now. I was like,
but to be fair, Andy, those photos you sent me from the PCA, and I was stood like that. I thought, that's a sick shot, you know. And I was like, for my next show, that's the way I gotta stand, do you know? Because I think I took a lot from doing the PCA Wales. I took a lot of pointers from it because I'd done the show obviously on the Saturday, and I hated it. I just, all the photos, the way I was posing and stuff, I just didn't like the look. Yeah. So I tweaked that for the PCA Wales, and then I looked a lot better anyway. My condition was a lot better.
Bro, you looked fucking awesome, bro. Like,
yeah.
I was sat next to Richie and we were like, this is sick.
To be fair though, even Richie, he was messaging me at the show, and you know Richie, he's no bullshit. Like, and he's like, bro, I gotta be honest, I don't think anyone has come out yet which looks as good. So I'm like, bro, don't gas me up now because like I'm nervous about this. But yeah, he was right. Yes, Rich.
Richie boy.
Yes, lads, what's going on?
All good, mate?
IFBB Pro in that house.
Come on.
Fucking mint, bro. Mint.
Hey, it's becoming a thing now, these Welsh boys getting their cards.
I know, isn't it?
Us three boys need to fucking catch up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sick, mate. But obviously, we've all said congratulations to you anyway, but mate, massive well done.
No, I appreciate it, boys.
I think it was literally one of those ones where we all knew it would happen when everything clicks for you.
Yeah.
And obviously from doing that shoot with you a few weeks back as well, and like hearing what you said you'd put into this like last 2 years really, innit?
Yeah, for sure, man.
It kind of paid off.
He messaged me when we was backstage, when I was watching on stage, he was backstage, he messaged me, he was like, what do you think, Rich? I was like, fuck, he's got this. And I was like, oh, you look really good, bro. Like, fucking no one stood out to you, but you can't say too much, bro. I was just like, fuck.
No, the boys and I said, Richie was messaging me saying, I don't think I've seen anyone as good yet. And I was like, oh, fuck, don't gas me up, Rich, because I'm
it was like one of them things. I could have gassed you up a lot more than I did, but I didn't, bro, because you know what it's like, innit? But mate, yeah, stood out like a sore thumb, mate. Really good, man.
Yeah,
Sick.
it was brilliant, boys, honestly. Like, and this is the thing, like, I only done that show because I was told to go to Milan. My whole plan, right, was to go to Milan. I thought, right, I'm going to compete. I want to compete abroad. So my plan was to do the show this weekend coming. What's it called? The
KC Classic.
Yeah, so that was my plan. Do the KC and then go to Milan 2 weeks after, right? And then I got told, well, if you want to go to Milan, you need to do a UK Pro qualifier, which apparently isn't true now.
Oh, it's not.
So that's the whole reason why I pushed all the shows, brought them forward. So I've done the 𝘗𝘱𝘱𝘭𝘰𝘵, which was earlier than when I was going to compete, won that. Then I've done this show thinking I'm only doing it because I've got to do it. I don't even have to go to Milan now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, one and done, bro.
How things worked out and stuff. And this is the thing. I never expected that. Do you know what I mean? Like, not in a million years, you know? So,
well, you know, that's why you got it though, bro, because you're not going into it with like your chest poking out thinking,
no,
okay, this is mine, because you've obviously just relied on the hard work.
Yeah. And I think that's just what made it so much better, is the fact I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong, like, I don't want to say I'm confident, but I'm confident, right? But I'm not to the point of like, I'm so sure of myself. I always doubt myself. Do you get me?
You've got to have some sort of.
We all do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you've got me. At the end of the day, we compete to win. Like, we are in the show to fucking win. We're not going to make up numbers. Anyone who says that they are is full of shit, right? But we know how competitive it is. And we know that it's a given. But I don't think anyone really gets on stage, like, at our level as a high amateurs, to win, to lose, like, do they? Like, we all go, pay to win, like, do you mean? So.
And that's the thing. Even though I won the shows leading up to that one, I wasn't confident. Do you know what I mean? I was still just as nervous, thinking, I always prepare for the worst. Like, I'm always expecting, like, even though they move me to the middle and they're calling out fourth, I'm always like biting my lip, thinking, "Fuck it, they don't call my number. I hope they don't call my number." You know what I mean? So yeah, it was all just a massive shock, man. But do you know, moving forward from all this, I think it was like a turning point I needed in my life, really, to like have a bit more confidence. Like, all that didn't happen by chance. It's years and years of graft, and only now I've had like the fruits of it. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
You know, moving forward, I need to stop with this, with the self-doubt, the shit talking to myself. Of, oh, this looks shit. Oh, I'm shit. Blah, blah, blah. From this moment forward, I just need to be happy in who I am and just be like, this is me, and just stop the negative shit, because I think that's such a bad trait to have. But in turn, it's kind of pushed me to achieve new levels, like, you know?
It's something, right? Like, you want to be like hard on yourself. Like, as a bodybuilder, we're always going to pick our weaknesses, but you've got to be happy with yourself whilst going through that process.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it to the extent where you make yourself feel like it. You know, we're all going to have areas to improve, but it's something about, well, yeah, this needs a little bit more, but you need to be happy with the position you're in. I feel like, you know, now that you have got that pro card and you stood out, you know, like you did, bro, it gives you that gratification then that you are good and you are, you know, mate, because your shape alone, structure, mate, is undeniable, mate. And then obviously condition was fucking immense, mate. So be interesting to see now how it goes in these next couple of years. Push, bro.
No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, it's that thing as well. It's about like obviously you've got to pat yourself on the back for the work that you put in, Josh, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's about the time. It's about the time that you sit in that moment of patting yourself on the back, because some people will do that, and then for the next 2 years they're fucking still going on about it. Where the reality is, you need to fucking take it in, have that moment, and then it's like.
And this is the thing, it's just a new beginning now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever been in this position where I'm like, holy shit, I feel it is like a new beginning, and I'm excited, like I'm eager for it. I think if I could do what I've just done, watch me work for another 9 months, another 12 months, and come back again. Like, the hunger now is probably more than it's ever been. Yeah, sure.
And it's good that you've done that pro show right after as well. Like, because it really gives you the true, you know, may you experience the pro stage. So it's not going to be a massive rush now to be like, oh, fuck, I want to get on that pro stage type of thing, because you've been on it, you've seen where you are, and, you know, you've had that experience. So you can really just, you know.
Yeah, it did drag the day out, but I don't regret doing it, because it was a crazy experience. Like, you know, these boys you're looking at on Instagram for the past like 5 years, like that have been pro, and then all of a sudden I'm pumping up, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even though they're all miles bigger and whatever than me, it was a good experience. But it got to a point then where I was like, you know what, I'm fucking drained, man. I just want to grab some food and chill out. Do you get me? Because I was never going to fucking do well in the pro show. I didn't think anyway, but I wasn't doing it for that. I was doing it just to say I've done it. You know what I mean? Yeah, for the experience, and it was good. And to be honest, it was good to stand next to him, because even then I thought I didn't look massively out of place. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I come like in the last couple of people because they only placed like up to 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't bothered about that. I'm not going to take that to heart. Do you know what I mean? I've just won the whole fucking amateur show, so I'm not going to then be like, oh, fuck's sake, I become last in the pro show. I don't care about that shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not prepped and ready for that pro show.
Mate, these pros have been pros for years. Like you said, you've been watching for 5 years on Instagram, bro. So it's one of them where, you know, you can't expect anything less. Yeah. So and like you had James, who was it James who was in the first call out last week in Italy, you know?
Yeah, and then they switched us around.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's nice, you know, you're having, you know, it's good. You know, definitely good to be in there and in the mix and just like seeing where you stand type of thing, and then looking the way you progress and just experience the moment, like, I mean.
Yeah. It was crazy. Like, I seen you before. Obviously, I went on the stage, didn't I? And I was nervous and stuff. But yeah, as I was saying to Jay, I just didn't expect it at all. You know, I didn't expect it.
Josh, give us, I think Andy said at the start there, like, give us like a timeline of like from kind of how long you've been doing it. Like, because I remember we kind of first met only a couple of weeks back properly. Like, obviously we'd seen each other on the scene and that, but when I did the shoot, but I'd known of you because I saw you at like earlier shows. I'm not even sure what shows I've seen you compete at when I've been like filming at them, and you stood out to me then, and I was like, this kid's good.
Yeah,
I call you a kid, like you're a fucking grown ass man.
But when I done my first show, I pretty much was a kid. I was 20 years old. So first show was the Welsh in 2016. So I was 20, and I come second there, and I went on to do the British finals, and I come top 6. So I took a trophy home and stuff. So that was my first year competing. But you know, that second place then, like, mate, and I said this on the other podcast, it was the best thing to ever happen to me. Like, although I thought I looked good enough to win at the time, I'm so glad I didn't, right? Because that second place, like, for 12 months, I literally drilled into my head, I'm going to win this next year. Do you know what I mean? I believed it. I was young, mate. I was like, that was my priority. Do you know what I mean? And when I came back and won after like dreaming about it for 12 months, again, one of the best things to ever happen. You know what I mean? Like, you work for it. It happened right in front of my eyes. And I learned lessons from that, though, because I thought, right, I just won this show. I could just rock up to the next show and I'm good enough to win. Not knowing, like, all those times where I probably did cheat on my diet running up to the British finals, this, that, and the other. I looked dog shit at the finals. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, I was all in for the Welsh, but then I got worse for the next show. And this is the thing, post-show, when I was a kid, I used to just be an idiot, you know, not like now where everything's still the same. Sorry.
You found post-show now after winning the pro card. Are you, like, I can imagine are you like fully dialed in still, or like how's it been?
Yeah, so I've obviously had my new diet through, which is obviously better anyway. Yeah, I mean, I had a day off after the night of the show. Obviously, I had a cheat meal. The next day I took off, and then I was straight back on my diet then, which was like an updated diet. I don't really feel like the need, because I've been there and done it so many times, like fucking binged.
I think we're all there now.
Now's not the time to fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? Because, and I'm saying to myself now, like, you're a pro now, mate. You've got to act like a fucking pro. Do you know what I mean?
A couple of weeks off will set you back like 12 weeks in your off season, realistically. Like, I mean,
like,
if
when you've got a good diet with food, when you've got a good diet with food that you like, and you know, there's stuff in there, like I have yogurt with berries and dark chocolate, so there's sweet stuff like oats with berries. That stuff is nice. Yeah, well, years ago I didn't even know about that stuff. Do you know what I mean? It would just be shit like cookies or cake or whatever, you know, whereas now we know about stuff which is actually still good for you, and there's not gonna blow you up like a fucking balloon, you know.
It sets you up.
Start working with Tom, bro?
So I started working with Tom, I think it'll be 12 months ago in October.
So what was the plan then? It was just off season. It was just
The plan was with Tom, yeah. So I'd already I was working with a different coach for a year before him, some Italian guy, which he had like top men's physique athletes on his team and stuff.
It's got like Jace coaches, yeah.
Nah, Titan, his name is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bash anyone, right? But there's many ways to skin a cat, and the way he coached me, it wasn't sustainable. It was chicken and rice 5 times a day, oats once a day. Yeah, I'd done that for 12 months, yeah, and I thought, fuck me, this is like, as much as I want to be a bodybuilder, this is shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice to have a meal you enjoy, not just. And it was a lot of chicken and fucking rice. Do you know what I mean? And all right, I'd done it for 12 months, but I thought there must be another way to do this. You know what I mean? I'm seeing people having bagels. I'm seeing people have just better diets. And I thought, fuck me, if I'm gonna stay doing this, I want to be able to enjoy what I'm eating. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up sacking him off and stuff. And I'd seen Tom had coached Jack Eagles, and Jack's like 22, I think. Jack went from Men's Physique to turn pro, and I thought, fuck me, like, it was so impressive. And I thought, and I'd seen Jamie Dorigo even got coached by Tom as well. So I thought, if Jamie's going to get coached by him, Jamie obviously knows he's good at what he does or whatever. So yeah, I just hit Tom up. I said, like, obviously I wanted to do an off season. My main goal is to obviously compete this year. And yeah, we just did an off season. I'd never done an off season where I'd ate that much food. So I did actually gain like a decent bit of size. And my training split was all good, and I made really good progress with him. And then I went on my honeymoon, I think, which was like a month. And I come back, obviously I hardly trained for a month. I ate anything and everything, right? And I come back and I just looked like a sack of spuds, right? So he said, oh, okay, all right, maybe we're gonna compete next year now. And I was like, oh, fucking gutted, you know? I was like, oh, I really want to compete this year. So we've done a little mini cut and stuff. My shape doesn't take long, like 2-3 weeks. My shape was pretty much back. It wasn't great, but it was a lot better than when I first come back. So it changed quick. And then again, just filled out again. And then he was like, yeah, okay, maybe we can do a show this year. So I kind of wanted to prove to him, like, I'm willing to put the work in, you know, I don't just want to push it on another year.
We spoke about this on the shoot, didn't we? Because I think I think you thought like Tom wasn't like fully confident that you had the minutes to fucking do this, innit? That's what kind of thing we got across. Yeah,
I just
what's the relationship like with Tom now? Obviously, with him seeing you deliver.
Brilliant, mate. To be fair, he was there for me. He was there for me at the show, man. He was a top guy. You know, he was constantly staying in touch. It wouldn't be me having to message him. He'd be messaging me. How you doing, bro? How's everything? You know, and for him to witness it, and even I've seen the videos, he's screaming for me. Do you know what I mean? Like you can see,
you handsome bastard.
Yeah, he was buzzing, mate. He was just as buzzing as like my missus and my best mate. Do you know what I mean? And you know, I remember sending him. He put a post on his Instagram saying the categories he'd had a pro card in. With his clients, and I messaged him saying this was ages ago, and I said, oh, hopefully I can get your first Men's Physique Pro Card. He just left me on red. He didn't even reply.
I seen that on your story the other day.
Yes, he didn't even reply. So I thought, oh, it made me feel like a bit of a fucking dickhead, right? But when I told him about that the other day, because I sent him a screenshot saying, I told you I'd be the first one to get it, he was like, oh no, I wasn't being a dick, I just don't reply to people on Instagram. So I was like, oh yeah, all right. But he's sound, mate, and I think to be honest, I've jumped around a few coaches, boys. I'm not afraid to say it. You know what I mean? If I feel like something's a bit, then I kind of feel like I'm paying. It's up to me what I fucking do. Do you know what I mean? I don't. If I'm not happy or if I feel like someone's just not for me, then I won't feel like I gotta stay with them. You know?
Yeah, that's how it should be, though.
Yeah, but I want to stay. I want to stay with him. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to get across. Is like, we've done this together. Let's see what we can do in a year or another 2 years. Like Sarah said, you know, obviously Sarah's his client as well.
Yeah.
We've been with him since the get-go, and look how well she's done. So I kind of want to do the same with him. You know, I'm glad I found him, bro, to be fair.
Yeah, it's good, man. Tom's a good guy as well. He's a great coach, obviously, and he's a good guy, like, so.
And he doesn't panic, you know, he's so chill. He doesn't panic. He doesn't make rash decisions. He's like, bro, chill. Like, do you know what I mean? Whereas I'm like, oh, bloody, bloody, blah, bloody, bloody, blah. He's like, bro, fucking chill, man. Everything is fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy with him.
Your peak, obviously, seeing at the Welsh, your peaks were bang on, mate. Really fun.
Well, this is the thing. Every show got better. Do you know what I mean? So for the race trip when obviously Jay, I seen you, I obviously looked good enough to win or whatever. But I didn't, when I went to the Welsh the next day, so basically I went for a steak and chips that night with my missus and had 2 cookies or whatever, woke up the next day, fucking, the photos from the Welsh to the race one, I looked fucking so much better. So I just said to him, oh, we know what to do for the next show pretty much. Let's just do the same thing, go for steak and chips, have a dessert. You know, could have had a burger and fries, but I told him I want to play it safe. I would rather not go for a burger and bloat out and stuff. He's like, yeah, we'll just do that for the next one. So I think the 2 weeks from the Welsh to this one, it was hard, boys. Like the diet and stuff and the steps, and I definitely feel like I got sharper. You know, I must have dropped a little bit more fat. You know, I just.
Was there much difference in scale weight?
No, there wasn't. But I was heavier for the
Euro.
For the Europa Pro or whatever it's called.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I was heavier on the day.
Yeah.
But leading up to it, I was just as light as what I was before. Do you know what I mean? But I was definitely sharper. All my midsection, everything. Like even I was like fucking out. Like I haven't seen it look like.
Yeah.
You compete with a few coaches. How anything different with this peak? Like protocols? Are you happy to talk about that? Anything you did differently?
Yeah. So yeah, I kept water in.
Yeah.
So I didn't cut water at all. Kept water high, like it wasn't. I was drinking 6 liters a day anyway, and I think the night before the show I'd done like 7.5 liters. Even the day of the show, I'd have like 300-400 ml with every small meal. But on the day, it was minimal food. It was like 50 grams of cooked weight chicken, 10 grams of peanut butter, and a bit of salt. You know, just to keep my midsection tight. I won't put loads of carbs in, or, you know. When I was with Jamie or whatever at the Arnold, I think he had me eating like 15 rice cakes on the day. You know what I mean? And that I feel like at the time that did bloat me out a little bit. I didn't have much midsection control, but I think that was the difference. Kept water in and didn't eat much on the day.
I think you stay quite full anyway, don't you, Josh? Because when we shot, like, I think you were saying you were like on your arse, like, but you still look pretty fucking full on it, like.
And that's the thing. We was one of the boys, Matt, was saying, he don't feel like he pumped up his upper chest that much for the show, and he feels like that's what let him down. But I said, I don't think that's down to your pump up. It's down to the food you eat prior, because if you've had a good carb up, it only takes like fucking 10 of these, right, backstage, and and then you just will pump up. I think it's food that's going to cause, you know what I mean?
Water as well, yeah.
Hydration, water, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's massive, but assessing that look into the show, like that's your best look with 3 liters in, like, you know, like realistically, you need to be having water on that show to replicate that.
Yeah, and it makes you feel better anyway. Even going on stage, not being like, you know, super dry mouth, like feeling like, you know, you're licking your lips so dehydrated. Yeah. The game changer, you know. And I never doubted anything Tom said. I obviously knew he knew his shit, and I just trusted him. I left it to him, didn't stress him out. I'd stress myself out a little bit sometimes, but I'd be like, you just say, just chill. And everything just panned out perfectly, man. Yeah. I never thought I'd fucking do a clean sweep this year, and I never ever thought I'd win. I thought if I was going to win the pro card at that show, it would almost certainly be the runner-up pro card. So when they called Khaled second, I was looking at my missus, and I was like, there's no way. I was thinking, my first initial thought was, oh fuck, I'm probably not going to get the card then. You know, whereas everyone else is probably thinking the opposite. They're probably thinking, yeah, he's just won it. He's just won the whole thing, you know? So I couldn't believe it, man. Like,
what was your feedback after the show, bro? Did you get any?
I didn't get any there and then, no. But my feedback after the race trick show was my tan and my glaze needed to be better, and my conditioning needed to be better. But I thought what he meant by the conditioning, again, at the Welsh, my conditioning was good.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was down to carving up maybe a bit more, because I think
full enough to make it pop, like, because your condition was there.
Yeah, it wasn't the fact that I was too fat. It was just I needed probably more
pushing up against the surface for you to really see, you know, the condition that was there. Like,
I'm really glad I actually got that feedback, to be honest, because they're the things in my control. Like Helen Elliott's missus, I spoke to her before the show. She does the tanning, and I sent her the picture of the feedback. She's like, don't stress, I can sort that out for you, no problem. So she did, mate. She took 3 times as long on my tan. She took her time, mate, and she even said, like, I'm spending so much time on you, but you know, she sorted me out, mate. And with the glaze, I don't know if you boys do it, on the week leading to the show, I have a bath every night, and I fucking fill it with Epsom salt and stuff just to chill out. Obviously, my skin is probably quite dry.
Yeah.
So I think when I put the glaze on, yeah, it looks good, but fucking 5-10 minutes later,
just suck it up, yeah.
It'll fucking dry again. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I did glaze at the race trick show, but this show, I'm fucking. If I'm looking like, oh, it's gone a bit, I was just chucking it on, because I just thought more is going to be better than less.
Yeah. Josh, you know what I reckon as well? You know the difference in your physique from the race trick to the PCA Wales?
Yeah.
Know how you said, like, earlier about, like, Tom saying, like, chill the fuck out, don't stress. It was probably a massive cortisol dump for you as well, getting back on stage after being away for so long, man.
Yeah.
Getting that show done out of the way, like getting the cobwebs off. You don't know what that did to you just for the overnight, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And to be honest, it gave me a bit of confidence, because I was worried about Gerald, and I was worried about.
You said to me,
Gerald,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're two, in my opinion, they're 2 top UK boys. You know what I mean? The pair of them, like Gerald's PCA Pro, Sheridan's won, like, I don't even know how many pro qualifiers. So I'm like, shit, these are going to be good boys.
He's got like 11, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, they're good boys, and I was kind of worried, you know, because I was just worried about them. And then to come away, obviously, I know Gerald wasn't 100%, and if he was 100%, he probably would smoke me. But on that day, he didn't smoke me. So then that gave me a bit of boost. Then went to the Welsh, tweaked the posing. Rather than have one hand on my hip, it was either 2 hands on or 2 hands off, right? And like I said to Andy, he sent me some photos, and people posted photos, and I was like, yeah, I actually really liked the look, the way I was twisting my hips a little bit, both arms down. I thought that's my look. Do you get me? That's what's doing bits for my physique or whatever. And then I just practiced it at Fitness Factory. I was just practicing it. Probably not as much as I should have. I've always milked the posing a little bit, but I probably practiced it more than I have any other prep. Do you get me?
I would say your posing's very good though, watching you, like, flow, like.
Yeah, and bro, it's not. It is heavily milked. Do you know what I mean? I do. I think just in the moment, something happens, and
do it well, man.
And it just falls in place, like, you know.
You've done it a while as well, innit? So you know that's it's like that memory thing just kicks in.
Yeah, and to be honest, boys, I train out of my garage. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes I fuck about, and there's no one there thinking, "Who's this dickhead?" It's just me on my own. Do you know what I mean? So I don't mind throwing a few little poses on my own in the garage. Like, so maybe that's what it is. The fact that I probably do it without realizing I'm doing it. You know.
How do you find training by yourself, bro? Like, having to turn up by yourself, like, keep yourself motivated when it's just you there. I know, because I know, like, obviously I train with a training partner now, but I know in the time I've done a lot of like solo training, and I know like not every session will be like top. How do you find that, bro?
Sometimes hard, but to be honest, I've learned to just enjoy it, mate, because it's just my time. Like I get up at 5 in the morning, I'm trying to get in there for 5:30, and it's obviously still been dark in the mornings. I put my tunes on, I put my mood lighting on, and I've just learned to really love it, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, and to be honest, it does make me proud of myself a little bit, because like I haven't relied on anyone. I've just literally relied on myself, getting up to that alarm and getting in that fucking garage and getting it done. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
And I think with all of us here, I think all of us get up fucking really early, don't we? All like Jay does.
I just don't go to bed, bro. I just stay up all night.
Yeah, Richie the same. And I think like it's one of those things like I fucking love that time in the morning. It's one of my favorite parts of the day is going for my like walk first thing where I'm just in my head. And I guess you kind of
it's a game changer. It is an absolute game changer with your life, mate. And I couldn't recommend it enough to anyone.
Josh, I got to ask you a question, bro.
Go on.
Now you're a pro. Are you going to still train out your garage?
Of course I am, mate. Of course I am. The home of the champion.
I thought you'd be carrying that card around all the gyms in South Wales. Like.
Nah, mate. Nah. I love my little gym boys. It's like, you know, you know, I like going Fitness Factory on the weekends and stuff. The kit is awesome, but I love my little garage, mate.
Lockdown gym, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it, you know.
Wasn't it a gym before lockdown?
Yeah. Yeah. So I done it in 2018. It wasn't as good as what it is now, but
I remember you got the hot tub set up outside, bro.
Yeah, the hot tub, mate. Mate, how life has changed since then, mate. So
what have you got in there then, bro? Because you go to the show, right? You know, everyone doing all this fancy shit all the time and everything, but you know, hard work, training, basics, you know, guess you weigh, you know.
That's all it is, mate. That's all, and that's the thing is training intensity is just, if you're training, you know, intense, you don't need all this fancy shit. You know what I mean? I got a Smith machine, cables, obviously barbell, dumbbells. I got a little leg press, which is out of a fucking junior school. I didn't realize it was. It's a small garage, you know what I mean? So I've seen this, you know, like the pivot leg press, like the Cybex one.
Yeah.
I've seen it, and I was like, oh, that's fucking spot on. I guess it delivered. It was battered. It was. I refurbed it with my missus. But it's perfect. You know what I mean? It's because I got a limited space. It's fine. You know, for what I need it for. I got a lat pull down, which is like a seated row 2-in-1, and then just hamstring curl and leg extension. That's it. You know?
Perfect, really. Yeah.
The basics, man.
And it all fits in a single garage. I've still got room in the middle for whatever, posing or putting a bench there, and you know,
and again, for your time frame in the morning, because you are up and you're in there at 5:30, like, you know, you've got to get that session done by a certain time.
Yeah.
You're in it, no messing about, and it's just straight to work, like.
And there's no excuse. So my when I wanted to do it, because I do work long hours some days and stuff, and I thought, oh, I can't have an excuse, you know, I'll finish late, I can't be asked to go to the gym. I thought, if I do it in my garage, I got no excuse. Don't get me wrong, years ago, I still used to find an excuse sometimes, but now I ain't got no excuses. I gotta walk fucking 10 foot and I'm in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you like, how are you fasting? Are you like
fasted? Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I just get up. I have a coffee. On prep, I was having like a non-stim pre-workout drink, some fucking salt in my water, and then I'd be in there. And then I'd eat afterwards. Then I don't, because my last meal before bed is oats. And my ninja creamy with my vanilla.
Fucking hell.
Now, because that's my last meal of the day, I feel like I don't even need to eat.
Yeah.
You know, I'm already fine. I'm ready for it. Like,
if you were at first thing, you'd probably feel a little bit more factor, obviously digestion as well. You feel it. Like I have to eat at least 90 minutes before. Otherwise, again, like
I haven't got time for that, bro. It doesn't suit me and my routine. But
I was fasted. And I find when I'd done it for a long period of time, I used to fucking love it, and I used to feel like I was my strongest. My head was on. But then, like when I come away from it and then try to do it again,
I did that today, bro. I fucked myself up today bad because I only had like 3 hours to get to the gym, check in with Carl, eat my pre-workout meal, and then train legs, and then shower, and then get out on the road up to the shed. Mate, I've rushed everything. I was training legs. I could feel it all. I'm never doing it again. Never doing it again, bro. It's bad.
It takes you time to get into like that zone where you can, you know, where you're really progressive in the morning. Like, well, because I used to love training in the morning, but like I feel like you can train your body to be.
Yeah, not just that as well. Especially on prep when you train in the morning. obviously I don't have food. I train, and you can get like a good representative of how you look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I quite enjoyed that. Sorry, what did you say, Anne, before I said that?
The unit, bro, you saw the other day. Is it going to be a gym, bro? Is what I want.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, so
I wasn't sure whether to put this on a podcast. I didn't know whether you...
So I was chatting with the boys in it. So Josh come on podcast, and then one of the lads was following. So what was that unit on his thing? I said, looks like a gym, didn't it? I said, maybe I'll question.
Yeah. So we used to use it as like a car storage thing, but we don't really use it for that no more. So obviously, me and my old man want to try and make better use of it. So we're gonna try and start our own gym, but it's all according to if we can change the use of the building. So we got a consultancy firm now to do all the planning application and stuff, because to change the use of the building, which is like long-winded as fuck, but she's finally ready to submit the plans as of like next week. So God willing, mate, I fucking pray that we can just get that application all ticked off. Like, obviously, we're going to need to do work on the building for everything to meet the regulations and stuff, but we should be okay, mate. I've seen worse buildings get turned into gyms, like, you know, so
yeah,
I think we'll be all right, you know.
At least if they just tell you what you need to do to make it.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, stuff like the roof, bro, the like leveling the floor, fire exits. It's all stuff that's doable, you know. So,
where's that based, bro?
Ipswich Road. You know, same road as David Lloyd's.
Oh, okay. Like
halfway down. So, you know, it's not far from Peak.
Yeah.
Mate, it's a good location. Obviously, Cardiff, mate. You know, you fit's the other side of Cardiff, so I'm not really worried that you fit having this big fancy new refurb and stuff, because mate, there's enough people for everyone. Like, if everyone worried about, there's a gym down there, there's a gym down there, then no one would open a fucking gym. Do you know what I mean?
Cardiff needs another gym as well, doesn't it? Cardiff needs another spot, because there's not a lot down there really, is there?
Yeah, and there's no point me worrying like, oh yeah, but you know, fucking hell, just go for it. And like, if it's I'm sure it'll be fine. You get me? As long as it's kitted out well.
Something of passion, like, you make it specific to what you need, what you feel is missing out of all the gyms that you go to.
Exactly,
you find that, I mean, you're a fucking serious trainer who knows what people want, and you know like, when you do that, mate, and you make it like for yourself, and like, you know, you're really into it, bro. Yeah, mate, you smash it, bro.
Yeah, there's no reason to doubt it, is there? Like, you know what I mean? And I said to my dad, like, because he was a bit like, because obviously I don't work in the fitness industry or anything. My career is something totally different. So, and he was like, obviously I was getting tired in work. There was getting to a point where I'm like, oh, I'm fucking going home soon because I'm fucking knackered or whatever. Or in the daytime, I was like, I need to have half hour because I'm fucking so tired or whatever. And he's like, oh, see, fucking prep does this to you, prep does that to you. And I'm like, yeah, but the bigger picture is the shit I'm doing now is going to help in the future. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, having a bit of credibility. Oh yeah, that Josh Wall guy's opening a gym. People like probably know who I am a bit more now from doing what I've done. Do you know what I mean?
And your missus does bits as well, doesn't she, with the fitness and stuff, you know?
Yeah, she does little bits to keep fit and stuff. And I think my missus will probably end up running the gym. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll probably still do what I'm doing.
I was going to ask you that, if you're going to still continue with the business as well as the gym.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Obviously, I might have to take some time out from what I'm doing to go and kind of get the gym to where I want it to be first.
Yeah.
But yeah, long term, I want it to kind of, my missus to be able to run it and manage it, and I still do what I do. Yeah, pretty much, mate, because that's generational, you know what I mean? That's what's seen my family through for the past like fucking 50, 60 years. So
yeah,
you know, I kind of feel like it's my duty to do the same thing.
Carry it on, yeah.
I always see the lorries driving past, and like, is that Josh?
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, boys. Yeah, I would love to just like. There's days where I think, fuck me, do I want to do this all my life? But at the same time, there's other times where I'm be like, I wouldn't want to be sat in a gym all day. Do you know what I mean? Like when I go out and do these certain jobs, and I'm out and about, and you know, I actually love it. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm not stuck in one place. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. You know what I mean? And the day goes quick, and I don't know. I just
same as me, man. It's
I don't want to be stuck in one place all the time. You know?
Yeah, it is hard. Like I know the score, like with all the driving and the traveling and that being on prep. But it's like when you take a step back and think about it, it's like you could just be sat in a fucking reception of a cold gym.
Yeah, bro, it makes the day go by, trust me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, some days it's hard and I'm like, fuck's it, I don't want to do this. But ultimately it does keep me busy, and before I know it, done a day's work, I'm home and I go to sleep. Do you get me? Whereas it's not like I'm waiting for paint to dry all day,
Clock watching,
waiting for my next meal and stuff. It's like there'll be stuff that occupies me where I'm like, oh fucking hell, 2 hours has gone by, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think no matter what you do, like whatever job you do, you always have your good and bad days.
of course you do, mate. Of course you do.
Good, being so good that when the good doesn't feel that good, you know, someone feels bad, like, oh, fuck this. Like,
Don't get me wrong, the next couple of months now, obviously in the winter, is busy couple months for us. You know what I mean? It's shit, mate. It's dark, pissing down, fucking underneath lorries, fucking around doing the shit we gotta do. But in the summer, fucking doddle, mate. Do you know what I mean? Aircon on, tunes on, you know, do job to job to job, and before you know it, you're like, oh, sick, that was a good day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Have you discussed any plans like with Tom about what the next step is then in terms of how long you're gonna take off stage?
yeah, so obviously my first initial thing was like 2 years off. Let's do the same as what I just done. Let's take 2 years, come back in 2 years. But I think Tom thinks realistically we probably only need like 9 to 12 months off, and then probably come back and stuff. But I'm not really thinking too far ahead. I don't want to take too long off because 2 years is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I'm not sure whether. I don't know whether I want another baby and stuff. I don't know whether is now the time to do it, or do we wait another couple of years before doing that? I don't know. It's difficult, mate, knowing what's the right thing to do, because as much as I want another kid, I don't want to say I'm selfish, but I don't want to. It's going to be a lot for me to do what I want to do and obviously manage 2 kids and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things I'm juggling in my mind, you know.
Selfish sport, well, me and Lucy have spoke about the same ourselves. Like, I mean, obviously, being a pro, still young, 25. It's like, what do we want to do? Like, I want to, you know, I've got my goals in the physique game as well. Like, so
yeah,
like,
and that's what I said to Robin, is like, we're still young. Like, I know she wants to have them close-ish together, like 5 years max or whatever. But even if it wasn't 5 years, we're still going to be young.
This is what we said. So we wanted them close, and then it's like, well, if we're not close, maybe we'll have another 2 that's close.
Yeah, exactly, mate. And you could do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, and to be honest, mate, I'm quite content with 1. You know, it's just questioning yourself. Like, oh, is now the right time to do it, or do we just wait? And you're never going to know, you know what I mean?
It's going to take me at least a year to get to where I need to be, I think, before I can even think about it. I come off for a bit, maybe run the HMG,
and that's another thing which I'm thinking about. Obviously, is if that was the case, then everything else is going to fucking slump down. You know, it's not like, yeah, we're going to have a baby. It's like it's going to be a big thing for me as well, like having to ditch everything. And
thing is, Josh, is you just manage anyway, bro. Like if you were to have another kid, and you still like obviously have these timelines of like off-season prep, you just do it.
She said that. She said we'd be fine. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, but you mow now. We've only got 1 kid.
Yeah. Well, that'll show how strong you are then, innit?
But we're probably like you. Like we're lucky. Like my mum and her mum, like they'll help us out and stuff. So, but again, you think about the other person, don't you? You're like, oh fuck yeah, you can't just put 2 kids on them and then we fuck off. You know what I mean? It's not really realistic. Like, I don't know. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But whether it's now or not, I don't know. But yeah, competing wise, I think I do. It's probably wiser if I don't know. I see how the off season goes, so I don't want to think too far ahead.
I think
you've got your target dates, like, you know, where you think you would like to, and it's not like progressing. There's no point in like saying, yeah, I'm going to do this. You know, like, you know, you could shock yourself.
Yeah, see how I progress, you know, see how well I progress, and then we'll go from there. I don't want to rush.
Just enjoy the off season again, man.
Yeah, man, and enjoy life a bit, bro. Like I went to UFit for a massage yesterday, and my mate Chris was there, just finishing his workout, and I was like, fuck it, should we go for a Five Guys? Like, mate, I haven't been able to do that for ages. You know what I mean? Just when you just go and have a bit of food without it being a massive thing. And it was just nice to chill with my boy, have a burger, and just just be normal again, you know, because it was, don't get me wrong, I had burgers on prep and stuff, but it was nice to just be able to do what the fuck I want to do.
Shackles are off, isn't it?
Yeah, you know.
What's Tom like as a feeder, bro? In terms of like your refeed, how were you doing that? Was it just like,
this is the game changer. This is the game changer. Yeah, this is the game changer. I think with Tom and why we've done so well is I was still able to work. Yeah, I was still able to work. He would know when I would need feeding without me. I wouldn't say, "Oh, I'm struggling." Oh, I wouldn't say anything like that. He would just look at me and say, "Yeah, you need a burger tonight," or he just, mate, I don't know how he'd know, but this just shows how good he is, because I would feel like, fuck me, I could do a refeed soon, and he'd already be one step ahead and say, and I thought, oh, I could probably dig for another couple of days. He's like, no, you need one now. I don't want to overcook you. So I did have quite a lot of burger and fries on the prep, whereas, mate, I've done preps with other people, and I didn't have a cheat meal for fucking 12 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'd have a fucking high carb day or whatever, but it's not fucking the same. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have burger and chips, spurs you on for another fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it gives you that extra bit of drive as well, like, I mean.
Yeah.
A little bit. Sometimes, even though you're fine food to have, you're like, fuck, I had a burger and chip, let's work hard off now. Like, I mean, it gives you that little bit of extra motivation. And then if you possibly get one on the Saturday again, come in, you're fucking pushing towards it. I'm going to earn that fucking burger. I mean,
make sure you don't miss a beat, because you know, if I work hard now, I could have potentially another one. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, I've worked with coaches in the past, boys.
Back to the pro card, it's about the burgers.
I've worked with coaches in the past, which I haven't been fed, and I've literally been running to the ground. Like Andy, I sent you that picture, didn't I? Of me at the Welsh 2 years ago, and me at the Welsh this year. Mate, I look totally different. You know what I mean? And do you know what the difference was? I wasn't run into the ground like Andy said. I even looked healthier in the fucking face. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was just completely different, and
a lot fresher physique.
And just felt better. I remember on my preps years ago, mate, I used to have to book a week off work, so I'd be so fatigued. I'd be so fucked.
All right, I remember that, bro.
Do you know what I mean? I'd be so fucked. I'd literally be in bed all day, and I'd come downstairs to eat a meal, and I'd go back upstairs and go on my phone all day. Whereas this time, I've still been able to work. I've still done my steps, still trained, you know, whereas before, fuck me, I'd struggle to even go and train. Do you know what I mean?
What's Tom's approach on cardio, bro? Like steps, cardio, how was it?
So obviously it started off with steps and cardio, but my weight was just flying off, mate, you know, and I said to him, I told you, like, I do come in quick, mind, you know, and I can't remember how long, or I was only doing like 30 minutes a day on the bike and steps, and then it was dropping off, and he was like, yeah, man, your weight's coming off far too quick. Drop the cardio. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, fuck, I've never done that before. So again, it was kind of like an easy prep, because like steps, mate, like I said on my story, like mentally when you're knackered, fuck's sake, I gotta do 8K steps because I haven't done much all day. You're like, that is a lot, right? But realistically, it's walking. Do you know what I mean? It's easy to do. It's just mentally a bit like, fuck's sake, this is brain numbing. You know? But yeah, so I think everyone's different, and I think he could tell with me I didn't need to do steps and cardio. Steps was enough.
How busy you would work in regards to, like, you know, with yourself, like, because obviously I know you drive and stuff, but obviously attaching stuff to lorries and stuff, because you pull cars out and stuff, you know.
Well, my main job is towing lorries all day. So when you hitch your lorry up and stuff, it's not just press the button and it's on the back. It's it's a bit of graft to get it all ready and prepped to go. So I'm probably exerting more energy. I'm not just sat at a desk or whatever. I'm, you know, my output is probably high anyway.
Yeah, physical labor, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing with my clients when they don't have cardio or not, is obviously the job, isn't it? Because if they are really physical in work, I'll try not to give them cardio, because it's like, just again, fatigue running them into the ground. You know what I mean? So
you got to take that into account. So I think he was good at just pinpointing everything, and I can't talk highly enough of him. I weren't sure if he liked me at first. I thought he was quite blunt and this, that, and the other, but I think he's the type of guy who's dry and he just warms. Everyone says he's dry, but he
dry to the bone. Dry as a bone.
Dry as a bone, yeah.
Yeah.
But I really like him. I do. Like I've obviously I didn't really know him that well first, and like I think I met him when he first prepped Jamie, and I wasn't really sure of him. But then like after I've met him quite a lot of times, like, and he was texting me when he was in the Europa. He was like, "Rich, what do you think?" He was like sitting 2 rows behind me, and I was like, "Yeah, he's fucking got this." And he was like, "Yeah." So, but like every time I see him now, mate, he's just so nice, and like, you know, I think he's just the type of person he is. Like where you don't know him, he's like quite just on his own, and he just doesn't really know anyone around him. He's just in his own.
You to be the second Men's Physique Pro Card winner, bro.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
He said that to you in Alicante, didn't he?
Yeah, I was just thinking that, Rich. Like, what would actually stop you from having him prep you, mate? Because I honestly, I can't.
Yeah.
The only thing,
I have spoken to him about it. Like he did message me. Like, well, when I see him in, because I was in Italy with my girls, and he was asking me, like, and he said, "Look, if you need help, you know," so it could possibly be reaching out. But with me now, I'm just in a nice groove with what I'm doing. Like, I mean, I'm building anything nice. Like, I don't miss a beat anyway.
Yeah, you obviously know what you're doing now, anyway.
Yeah, I've got Meg's doing my training. I do my food. Yeah. So it's nice to like. What I feel I've changed my training up quite a bit. So I send her videos now. She's like, "Yeah, sweet, blah blah." And then like she knows what I'm doing my food and stuff. So everything's just like a green light. Like, but yeah, I feel.
Do you feed back your food to Meg as well, Rich?
Yeah, so like she'd ask me what my food's at because she wants to know what my training performance is going like. Do you mean? And if she thinks it's out, she'd be like, "Oh, like," well, she hasn't yet, but she's like, you know, this is she wanted to see my food, she wanted to see my check-in pictures because she wants to see my progression and see how my training's going.
Yeah.
Do you mean? So, you know, mate, to be fair, she's really good. Like I speak to her quite often, like just send a video all the time. Yeah, I just she just rips me apart. But
obviously, Rich, you always use someone for a prep, though, don't you? You wouldn't. Well, you've prepped yourself before, obviously, but would you let him prep you for a show then, or would you want to do it yourself?
Oh, possibly, mate. But to be honest, bro, I've done it like so many times now, and I feel like a lot of the times I've done it, my input has been in there all the way through, and I want a long prep, and I just feel like for now, I think for me, I'm really. You know, I've done it so many times. I know my body more than anyone, you know? And like, it's just, you know, getting conditioned, mate. It's just like I got a lot of good people around me as well. Like, you know, the boys on your, and like, obviously I speak to like Jake Watch, I speak to 𝘗𝘗𝘰𝘵𝘗𝘁. You know, I got a lot of close mates that I will be sending pictures to.
Give you
and they're like, "Yeah, mate, you're flat." You know, when you have that eyes, I mean, obviously Lucy as well. So I'll never say never, but I plan on doing it myself just because I think it's a goal for me as well. Like I want to prove myself I can prep myself. You know, like at the minute, sorry, mate. At the minute, I like take all my pictures every weekend. I send my check into myself. I'll fucking go on my laptop. I'll go to my check and I'll look at it. I'll send myself a loom back saying, "Right, and I'll take my." I'll take me out of the equation. You know what I mean? Like fucking all over my head.
This has got Richie O'Donnell written all over it.
There, bro.
Yeah.
I never
No,
knew
mate, I'm enjoying it, man. I'm like, fuck, man, I progressed loads. I'll put a picture in the last couple from a mate, and even now, like, you know, Andy, you see my progression in the last couple of months since, you know. It's been decent. And obviously, like, me and Andy send pictures back and forth all the time as well. Like, to me,
we were fucking. I sent you photos today, like, you know, we do it all the time.
Yeah, I said you're skinny fucker. Go and eat.
Yeah.
You're going well now, Andy. Your food's going up. Since your blood glucose.
Yeah, got that all under control. Yeah.
But
no. Yeah, fuck me. I'm going to be on the most food I've been on in off season, this off season, 100%, just by fixing all that up and getting all that in line. You know, definitely. The way my body's responding at the minute.
What are you weighing now, and?
Bro, I've been pushing through for 4 weeks. Guess how much weight I'm up?
Not much.
Bro, so fuck me.
You lost that.
I had a food bump the other day, like when we were talking to Jay as well, like 2 days ago. My weight's dropped down both days since, bro.
Serious?
He messaged me like, "Oh my god, I've only put this much on." And then this morning he messaged me, "I've lost half of that I put on since my food's gone up."
You need to fucking eat, bro.
Bro, and I finished my diet at 109.4. It was 109.6 this morning, bro. Eating like fucking, I was on just about like 3,000 calorie training. It's like 4,100. So Yeah, I need this week. If the things were moving up last week, they were installed and dropped back down. Then a food bump has dropped again. So hopefully this week, just let this change solidify. If not, it's going to need to go up again. Or I'm actually going to need to taper my steps down a little bit because I am walking a lot to keep. Because I've been using that Dexcom, the CGM, just tracking everything. It has put my steps at like average quite high now. So it's
What do you class as high steps?
I've been averaging like 40.5, 15k a day, which is
A lot.
for me.
That's
Like,
what mine is.
I remember the rest of the boys
on prep 25, like. My steps
now?
on prep is like 25, like.
What's yours?
I struggle with 25.
I think my max was 14 on prep, and even then I was like, "Fuck me, this is a lot."
Yeah. So
yeah, it's a lot, man.
It's but it's been a good like again, like you said, Rich, it's like me now, like fine tuning my body, and like the thing is with me is I think I kind of agree with what you were saying, Rich. Like for someone else to move to another prep coach, it's like it would be hard. I think in terms of like I know.
Mate, I'm just fucking uncoachable. I think I'm just uncoachable. Like.
Yeah.
At least you said it, bro.
Yeah. I think I am a little bit as well.
Maybe like, but like this is what like me when I've done like all the other things like last few times I've been coached, it's all been like I've had a massive input as well. Like, and I think now if I do get coached again, I will completely be out of the equation and listen to it. But I feel like I want to just do my own thing and see how it goes. You know what I mean? So if you see me turn up on stage next year like a sax Spuds price,
just bite the bullet and just fucking do it. I just wouldn't want
to coach himself. He's like 6 weeks out. Fuck it, I'll do a show this weekend. That's all.
No, that's one thing I won't do. Like, because that's my problem. I get too excited. I like you, Josh. I come in really quick, and I'm like, oh, do you know what? I could do a show in 3 weeks, like. And it's just, but my prep is going to be 20 weeks now. I want to be my stage condition about 6 weeks out to last year, and I just want to get fucking gnarly and just like me, At the end of the day, like I'm not going to feed him massively. I know exactly what I want to do right now. I know exactly what protocol I'm going to do. I know exactly what works to me, and I just can't fucking wait for it, to be honest. Like I literally can't. Like,
it'd be class, mate. It'd be class. I was a bit worried this year when you started uploading photos. A week. I messaged you, didn't I? I said, "Oh, what shows you doing, Rich?" I was like, I thought, "Fuck me, he's looking good at the moment. He's looking better than me."
off, mate. No.
He's like, "Nah, off."
Honest, bro. I want to put more size on, like, I mean, but like after looking at my last stage pits, and I just think I don't really need it as much as I thought I did. No. I mean, but it was like I was going to compete this year, and then when I said to Meg, she was like, "What's your cap? Where are you? What are you at?" Like, and I was 84 last year, on like my lowest weight, and my cap, if I grow 0.2 of a centimeter, is 88. And she was just like, "Let's go for it. Like, let's like, do you want to?" She said to me, "Oh, I took 2 years out trying to get to my cap, like, and say I could drop another 3 kilos condition. That's 7 kilos of muscle." And she said to me, like, "Do you want to be a pro?" I was like, "Yeah." She said, "Do you want to be a good pro?" She said, "Well, like, do you want to take years out to try and be big? Like, let's try and get as close as possible to where it is now, and then see where you're at." Like, because a lot of pro guys. A lot of these pro guys are turning pro at their cap, like, I mean, like you got Michael Kent who was over his cap. I think Freshwater was over his cap, So boys are turning up stacked because there's no limits on these.
Thing at the pro show, I think a lot of these boys were maxed out, like they were fucking at the top of the cap. They're big guys, man.
They gotta be, and this is again for Mitch now. Like, he is way under his cap, and he's fucking dangerous. So imagine when and how far are you off, Josh? Do you know?
I think my cap is 78, and I think it's hard because I always weigh in pounds. So, and when I converted on Google, I'm not sure how accurate the pounds.
How many pounds is it?
So I think on show day morning I was
divided by 2.2.
Hang on, I'll tell you now. So I'm pretty sure show day morning was Saturday, 160 pounds.
Yeah, so
9 kilo.
160. 72.7.
So I got
was it 79?
78.
78, yeah, bro. And for the shorter guys like us, that amount is
a lot.
a good amount. Yeah, it is like, you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I ain't gonna put 6 kilos of muscle on in fucking even 2 years, probably. Do you know what I mean?
Don't say never say never with Tom anymore.
You walk around like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be walking around like Jamie.
I bumped into Jamie the other day, actually, down in the shed. He was on his way back up to, I think he's in Manchester for a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen him as well. Yeah, he is in Manchester. Yeah,
I think he's back bodybuilding now.
I was
Yeah,
chatting
he's
to him the
back.
other day as well.
He's another one that retired and then came back like me.
He was sitting next to me, and well, I was speaking to him thing, and then I seen him speaking to AJ at the front, and he was like, "Oh, he's an old. He used to be in the 212," and he was like, "No, I'm coming back." Like, yeah, so it was a few of them sitting at the front, you know, watching. But he's like, yeah, so his comeback looks like he's fully on now. Who's he with now?
No one. He's doing his own thing. He said he's unsure what to do, who to go with. Same like yourself, Rich, I think, with Jamie.
I feel with him, he knows his body so well. It's
Who? Sorry.
And he does always say good name, to be fair, like, you know?
Jamie Dorigo.
He knows whose body, Richie's.
No, his own. We were saying, like Richie said about like maybe coaching himself. I think Jamie's thinking the similar kind of thing, just using eyes around him over in Dubai.
Yeah, for sure.
That eyes in Dubai, isn't it? There's loads of people out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, Jamie obviously knows what he's doing, isn't it? Like he's obviously got people in shape. I think people just doubt it when it comes to doing it themselves, isn't it? They just want to let someone else.
I think it's that final week, you know, when you like for me, like when I done it myself before, I just dug myself into a hole, man. I was like, I can take it, I can take it. And I was like, you know.
It's like, it's that prep brain. It's like Travis who's prepping at the minute, checked me this morning, he's like, I feel flat. And I'm like,
Yeah, what the fuck you on about? That's the problem. It does. It makes you think certain ways which are not really true, you know. But after doing the prep, boys, like this is what I'm trying to say with Tom. Don't get me wrong. There was moments where it was hard and I had to dig in, but at the same time, it wasn't unbearably hard. Do you get me? I was still able to, like I said, work and.
You want prep to be hard to the extent, like you.
Yeah, but not unbearable to the point where you're like, fucking hell, man.
And this is where the constructive off seasons come in as well, mate. Because these preps just get easier and easier. You know, when that food is higher, and obviously you get your body into a really responsive position, like just dropping your cardio off, lowering output, and now your food is like up there. So when you make these little tweaks, boom, 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 it just like
The key thing is. For me, like I said on the video I done with Jay, is the consistency in the off season is kind of what's got me to this point, sort of thing. And after the Arnold, I literally said, right, I'm going to give this 100% now. Like, because if I can come second at the Arnold, I'm going to give it 100% and see where I end up. And 2 years later, fucking turn pro. Do you get me? So it was proofs in the fucking pudding.
I'll be honest as well. That's the second. I think with off seasons, like it does get easy to just be like, have a little bit. My missus had a pack crisp. I'll give me a crisp. We'll have a little bit of granola. Just sneak it in. Like those, like a bit of extra sauce. It all adds up. And like, I've been guilty of that as well in like off seasons before, for sure. And I think this one I'm doing now, even though the last couple I've done I've been good and dialed in, this one I've not had a gram off fucking plan. And like my off plan eating as well is very controlled now. And I think. In the like when you're in a surplus, that can be something that creeps up. But I get like, you know, I totally understand. There's a corner that want to push body weight up, and then there's a corner like you see like John Duke in the post yesterday saying that the leanness he said in off season was his best off season. So it's just going to be. I'm just intrigued to like, because I'm so dialed in right now, and I think because I don't have that food focus coming into like an off season as well. I'm just intrigued to see the difference. That's why I'm like being so on it to. Go through and compare it to the last one and then look at like the end. Do you know what I mean?
I never agree. Like obviously if you're already in a surplus of calories, like there's no need to bump that surplus even higher with the off plans. Like if I have an off plan on a Sunday, I'll be pulling the exact amount of calories that I have or around there or roundabouts from, because you know we don't want to. And you know from me, and like I never gain weight off an off plan. Like I'm always the same, like consistent. Yeah.
And it makes more sense to bump your calories up net for the whole week and keep your off plan tracked into that allowance, because then rather than having this big spike where you know really you just you're eating,
just going to fat. That's the only place it's going. If you're in a nice little surplus of like a certain amount of calories every day, then you're bumping like 1,500 up, 1,500 up.
Exactly. So you
That's
stay
about
like
that
this
over like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, like, you know.
through the week when you could be maximising that by bringing total food up across the whole.
Yeah. Well, he's told me to have 2 off plans a week now, right? But that doesn't mean, right, oh, I'm having a pizza on a Wednesday and I'm having a burger on a Saturday. Do you know what I mean? I'm probably going to have like a Lilo's, yeah? It's fucking chicken and rice with a bit of bread. I might have that midweek, yeah? And then on the weekend, I might have like a Sunday dinner. Or, yeah, I probably will have a burger on the weekend and stuff. But he's also told me on those days, ditch 2 of your meals. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm having a massive excess of food. It's probably going to put me over a little bit, but nothing.
And this is going to take so much food focus away from you as well, knowing you've got these 2 things to look forward to.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it probably comes to a point where you're like, oh, do you know, I don't really feel like what I can have now because I've had it, you know, and like I find like when I've been in these situations, like you when you're having these 12 plans, you're like, oh, like the only reason I have an off plan now is if I fucking struggle to get my calories in. I'm like, right, I gotta eat like 2 double patties and like you know, burgers, you know, which is like
I think
a minute, but
going on what Rich said about food focus, if you can try and lose that attachment with food focus for an off plan, like I say to some of my clients, look, an off plan meal doesn't have to be eating shit. Like a lot of people associate an off plan eating with eating fucking junk, and you can go out for like a Lilo's, you can go for some Lebanese, like some nice grilled meat, some rice, etc. And that's enjoyable. Like, you know, I remember when I was on holiday this year, we were on Ibiza and we ate out a lot. I had like sea bass, potatoes, and it was fucking really nice. Just food. It's not have to just be shit, you know. And you still get that balance, you know. But I think it does take a while to lose that. It's hard, bro, especially when you come up in your early years. Like it is hard to, you're not plan eating back in the day.
Well, in the
couldn't eat anymore.
And in the early years, we'd have ordered a fucking Domino's cookies and a Ben and Jerry's as a dessert. Whereas now, mate, I'll have my bowl of oats with some berries and peanut butter and my Ninja Creamy, and it does the same thing, and it's nowhere near as bad calorie wise. You know what I mean? Stuff now which makes it more. You know,
we've all been that next day as well, where our digestion is all to fuck because of what we've done. So we felt that feeling enough times. Yeah, there's nothing worse than that day after. Like,
I think the biggest thing for you,
like training that day after either, because I feel so get in the gym.
Yeah, every time.
I think the biggest thing for you, Josh, as well, would be like, because you're like, you know, family man and obviously close with like everyone in your family, like is being able to have like some freedom where you can say, oh look, like we can all go out and enjoy food with the kids and, you know, just make special memories. That for me is like one of the biggest things, you know, even though like I don't mind going out and that thing, but it just gives you that little bit more flexibility and freedom to do things with like close ones with yourself. Like, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's what's important, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
And it doesn't mean again like going overboard. It's just about, you know, being just
spending the time.
And I think when your body gets more used to accepting these cheat meals and you start making more the correct choices when you are out, they just, you know, they become and it doesn't really affect you like physically or mentally then either. Like,
I got my first off plan tomorrow, finally, of off season.
What are you having?
Just home cooked Mexican, I think.
You know, the full 𝘗𝘗𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺.
No.
I like a home cooked off plan, man, because it's not so bad. Do you know what? I enjoy the fucking cooking side of things, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not doing no cooking. She's doing it. Fuck that.
That's what me and Robin have said. Like we're gonna do now more because we fall into the trap sometimes of just not doing nothing with the weekends, and you know we said after prep, so we're gonna make more of an effort to cook together and sit down and eat a meal together, whereas you know we haven't in the past. We've kind of just not really done that at all. It's either go out or don't do nothing on the weekends. You know, I said after this we're going to live a bit more. Do you know what I mean? And enjoy ourselves a bit more. You know,
when you're prepping different meals and that as well, your timings are like all over the shop. That's what I find. Like we still have one meal, I have a totally different meal. She likes to eat. Like I like to have a burger and chips before bed every night. She likes to have a fucking creamy in her oats. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we like different. So it's like that's what we don't like. Yeah. So we're the same. And then on weekends we try to do something there. And like, you know.
Yeah, for sure. It's important, man, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Definitely. Man.
Josh, are you? So you're the second Men's Physique IFBB Pro from Wales, yeah?
Mate, yeah, I am the second one. But when Mitch won the first one, I was like, you bastard, because I wanted that title. Do you know what I mean? But Yeah, man, I'm happy to join Mitch.
I've been like, you bastard, you bastard. No?
You pair of bastards.
Yeah, you pair of bastard. No, but I'm so happy for you on both, Mitch. Like, you know, like I think as we get older, I mean, we appreciate the work that other people put in. It's just like, you know,
and
when it's deserved, and that's it. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and it's like, so
it's nice to see, like, obviously these people that we kind of started the sport with young, like coming through.
Well, Andy, you fit. Fucking how many years ago did we see each other and you fit? You know what I mean? It's been a long time, bro, you know? And
exactly.
I think I was talking to a new fit as well, 2016, Josh, after one of your first shows.
Yeah, it's been a long time, like, you know? And yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
So.
And it's mad seeing everyone like start picking up these protocols now. Like, obviously, Joey, that's back in the same time. We all trained there.
Yeah.
I think Loughry will be close to getting up.
I think so, yeah, for sure.
What's she doing now, and?
What's that?
What's she doing now, Loughry?
France, mate. France, I think she said.
Next week, yeah.
After the show last weekend, she's going to do. I think she went to Sweden, but she wanted to get a bit tired, so she's going to do France.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yeah. But she's going to do it, man. Like, again, she's had the momentum from the shows and stuff. Like, you know.
I'll be honest, man. Like, for a female, we trained together quite a bit. When she was here for a while, we always train legs like every week.
Yeah.
She trains like a fucking animal.
Beast, like, yeah.
Fucking most fucking guys in the gym.
This is what I found crazy, obviously, on the pet. Obviously, 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺, big runner for the Classic Pro Card. Obviously, Loughry wins everything. I was like, oh, yeah, these. And then for them to still not to have it, and then little old me fucking going now, I found it a bit mad, you know.
That's our self-doubt creeping in again.
I know.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Yeah, like they're thinking the same for you, bro. You know?
Yeah.
So, like it is one of them though, mate. Like this is the game as well, bro. And like it's set in stone.
No,
you know?
it's not.
It's not, yeah. And it's like, mate, like these guys, like even like Sheridan, for example, mate, like 11 overalls, you know, like.
That's the thing. It may never happen. Do you get me? So
exactly, bro. And that's the one thing you got to accept. Like as soon as you start acting like a pro and just like, mate, for me now, I'm like, fuck, it's not about pro card. It's about being pro
level. Like,
bringing my pro level.
It's about living like a pro. When you live like a pro and do everything a pro does, then hopefully that you get the accolade to come with it. Do you know what I mean?
What is your passion, bro? Like, I just love turning up and this lifestyle. Like when any shows or not, it's just about the daily.
Yeah, it's the lifestyle, isn't it? We all obviously love the lifestyle and the structure it brings to our lives. Do you know what I mean? And everything else is just a bonus, obviously.
Yeah. Big Dog Jay, what's your plan with the off season? How long?
Have a quick wee, boys.
Well, I got to send my check into Cal tomorrow. So fuck knows, man. See what he says.
Oh, you took that this morning? Or you didn't?
I took my pictures this morning because tomorrow I'm not fucking going to the gym, coming home, and then checking in, coming home, and then eating, and then waiting a couple of hours. Saturday now, so I need to get it done. So, yeah, I'm going to send him my weight as of today and my pictures and stuff. But he wants it to Sunday, sorry, not tomorrow. So I'll just tell him this was from Friday because I think he's obviously busy with all the pro qualifiers and all that. So see what he says, man. I 243. My weight's leveled out now because I was just putting weight on like daily, pound year, just filling back up after Spain in it. So I've
Start doing that now, bro.
Yeah, I've leveled off to 243 now.
Well, this off season, 0.5 kilo up.
I know. I was 19 pound up in 12 days in the end, which it was just.
How do you feel with that, bro?
Great, man, because it was like back to my weight that I've been rolling around at anyway.
Yeah.
So it peaked at 244, but I was just leveled out, so 243. And then see what happens. I spoke to JP yesterday, like, and he's obviously inquisitive about what my plans are with competing and that. And I was telling him, like, I'm doing a little pullback for May and then back into off season and then start prep the back end of next year, hopefully. So he was asking me what weight I can see myself at. I'm like, mate, I'm the heaviest I've ever been now, and I didn't ever thought I'd see this. He reckons he'd see me at fucking 270. He was like, I could see you getting to 270 quite easily.
Well, mate, I was just thinking about that number, to be fair, bro. Like, because I seen one of your physique updates the other day, you know, and I was thinking, yeah, mate, and I mate, I feel you do gain easy, don't you? Like, you do just go up, like. Yeah, so
It's
it's
that
going to be an
Welsh
interesting one, bro.
water up the valley. It's different, bro. Apparently.
That's it, bro. It's my plan off
Nothing
Carla,
on this
bro.
Welsh water at the moment, boys.
I got a better plan off Carla, I have, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Nah, but we'll see what I come down to. I want to fall, like when I step on stage next time, which was the original plan for this year, I want to fall at the top end of heavies. It's pointless me pushing into supers because I'm just going to be in the same place I've been the last 2 years of the bottom end of supers, and I'm not got like the freaky muscle to actually do well at the bottom end of supers. So I need to be top end of heavies, sitting like 220 to 223 really on stage.
Yeah.
So it's about another stone-ish to put on by the next tomorrow morning, which I'll do because I did obviously that £10 in that one off season anyway, and that was only 8 months. So we got a long time yet, bro. We'll see.
Yeah, man. That'll be exciting to see, man. It'll be good.
Yeah, we'll see if I can do it, but I'm up for it. So just got to put the work in, haven't I?
All in, mate, isn't it? All in. That's what we're all doing now, isn't it? Just all just fucking getting the food in and trying.
Josh, how does it feel being up in the corner with your pro card, listening to these amateur boys down here talking about
I still feel the same. Mate, fucking, I'm glad to be on here, boys. I've been watching the podcast for a while now, and then to get the invite, I was like, oh yeah, I'll jump on now with you boys. You know, I appreciate the invite on, boys, and good to chat with you, obviously.
Nah, man, it's been good to see. Been obviously good to see you get the card and witness a little bit of the back end of the journey when we shot as well.
Yeah, and I'm really glad we did shoot, Jay, because at the time I was like, oh, do I do it? Do I not? And then I thought, just fucking, because I'm a fucker for wanting to do something, and then I'll put it off. I'll be like, oh, no, I won't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm glad we did it, mate, because I kept watching that video of me talking through it, and I thought, oh, you know, it was professional, wasn't it? It was
good, man.
Like it was a good edit. I you know, even the talking, Jay, I was like, oh, I did all right at that.
You nailed it, bro.
It was good. It was good, mate. It kind of like kept me on the ball then. It's like, so I put it out there. Now I gotta fucking, you know, do the rest sort of thing. So I was really glad.
Always nerve-wracking, man, the first time you're on camera. And I think Jay's probably put us all on camera first. So he probably put us all like, oh, fuck.
I just find it funny how I was saying, yeah, I've got a few shows planned. My main show is Milan, and now I'm not even going to fucking Milan. I'm going, but I'm not going to compete, like, you know.
You've still got that training edit. Have you released that yet?
No, I haven't posted it, bro. Mate, my feed's probably going to be, everyone's going to be sick of seeing that fucking pro card in the next week.
Bro, I did, like, you know that boxers that drive around with the boxing gloves on the back part of yourself? Right with the pro card on the back.
I'm looking for a nice, I want to put it in a frame and stuff and put the medals in there and some photos from the show and stuff, but I'm looking online. Yeah, I've seen Haders. I messaged him, but his missus done it for him, and obviously buy, like, you know.
Will it go in the house or the garage?
It'd be in the garage, bro. I've already visioned it in the garage, and my sword. I don't even know what the fuck the sword.
my sword's in my living room still.
Yeah, no, I'll put it all in the gym, bro. Obviously, I've visioned having all that shit in the gym. Yeah. It's nice to have it now and put it up in there. I'm going to rip all the old photos down now. I don't care about them no more. Like, I'm just going to get some new ones up.
And then take it to the new gym. Then when it's set up, is there?
Yeah. No, mate, to be honest, even when I hopefully have that gym in Cardiff, I'll probably still train in there, boys. You know what I mean? I'll probably, you know, some mornings, I'll definitely go down there where it's all new and this, that, and the other. But convenience-wise, I'll probably, I love my little gym. Do you get me? It's like my own little, you know, my nan was, you can put all your stuff out in the garage in your gym when you open it. I was like, no, that's my shit in the garage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good though, bro. I like that. Like, I mean, you probably got loads of good memories in there that you just, you know, like.
Yeah, I got wicked memories in there, bro, to be honest, you know, and a bit of a soppy one. I remember, probably don't want to put this online, right? But I went through a bit of a gambling addiction a couple of years ago, right? And I basically won a lot of money, right? I won a decent amount of money on the horses, right? And I didn't lay down a lot of money. I think I put a fiver on, right? I won close to 20 grand. And it fucking caught me. Do you know what I mean? So I've been betting on the horses every day. Fucking, don't get me wrong, I spent some of the money, but I sat on it for ages. And I just got myself into a real pickle and addiction with gambling. I couldn't even go in the gym and train without fucking going on my phone and fucking still looking at the horses and stuff. So I got myself into a real pickle, and my missus was in. I played a video, right? A motivational video I used to listen to when I was younger on my preps for like 2016, 2017. And I just broke down, right? I just cried my eyes out, and it was like a turning point. You know, when you have like an emotional breakdown. And I thought to myself, you know, when I was younger, mate, when I was competing in 2017, right, I didn't have a lot of money, right? But I was happier than I was happy with, no money, but I was happy with everything else in my life. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought to myself there and then, I thought, I mean, fuck that off. I earn good money. I don't need an abundance of money in the bank, which I wasn't spending anyway. Do you get me? I was just sat on it, right? So it was like a turning point. I thought, right, fuck the gambling. Let's just get your head back into training and let your money build up. So I basically spunked all the money I won, right? So it fucking did. It hit me hard, like. So I thought, all right, just focus on the training, and hopefully you'll become happy again. So I jumped into the prep 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, and I ended up coming third at the Welsh. I come sixth at the racetrack, and then I come second at the Arnold. But finishing at the Arnold coming second, it was like a proud moment, because I'd like 3 months ago, I wasn't even training. Do you know what I mean? So I wasn't training. I was in a really bad place. And then boom, I come second at the Arnold. No off season.
Taking yourself from the hole you was in, bro. And and bringing it into something positive, mate.
Yeah, and it kind of it made me proud of myself to go from rock bottom, and it kind of did feel like rock bottom, to second at the Arnold, which I thought was quite a good achievement at the time, right? And it still is.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah.
And then all that done then was spurred me for 2 years to get me to where I am now. Do you know what I mean? So, like, everything happens for a reason. You live and you learn, mate. And, you know, through those errors I made and, you know, shit, it spurred me on to get me to where I am now. Do you get me?
Yeah, I believe that everyone needs to go through a part like that in their life as well. A scary part where you're like, fuck, where am I going? What am I doing with my life? What the fuck is, you know?
I couldn't focus, bro. I couldn't train without, you know, and it took me to have all I had to do was listen to that video, boom, set me off, mate. And I thought, right, I need to sort my shit out here, because I'm not in a good place.
And then again, bodybuilding and training, mate, how I can pull people out.
Pulled me out, mate. Pulled me out.
Mate, you know, like, I don't know where I would be. I've said this before in the podcast, like, if it wasn't for bodybuilding and training, like, and
I got friends from school, which I'm not that close to anymore, but I've tried to fucking push it on them so much. It's like, you don't understand. Like, if you finish work, you don't have to be a bodybuilder, but just going to the gym 4 times a week will help you so much, right? And I've tried to help them, and they just can't seem to do it. Like I said, you don't have to do it to be a bodybuilder. You just they'll make you, you know, make you disciplined in other aspects of your life, but they just can't grasp it, you know. And I'm not slagging off my mates I went to school with, but they're all still in the same position they were at fucking 18 years old. That's 10 years ago now. Do you know what I mean? And like, nothing's changed in their lives. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, like, since I was 18, a lot of shit has changed. Do you know what I mean?
Like you said, like Richie said, you just need that moment, that wake up call of like, I need to sort my shit out now. And that's, you can't, sometimes you just can't force people. They just need to find their way. Sometimes, like probably most people who are in school with, or, you know, that aren't in this industry, will never find their way, unfortunately.
No.
Sometimes they're happy, mate. They're happy. No, fuck all. They're happy.
And that's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, if that's what they want out of life, then that's fine. But then, like, that's where you just go.
They got someone else to blame. Oh, yeah, but you're only there because of this, and you're only there because of that. Nah, fuck you, mate. I put in the work, like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, about helping hands along the way. You know what I mean? I had support from my family. My granddad has always supported me, boys. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but at the end of the day,
that's what you would do for your kid and your kid. But like, look how you've come out, mate. You just won a pro card in one of the hardest sports, you know. So it goes to show you ain't someone who just like that with your hand out constantly. Like, maybe
it doesn't work like that. You know,
out from the lorries day in, day out. You graft for it. You know, someone milking, you know, because you see some people who are
no, I'm not. My family's got a business, so I can just bodybuild. I still got fucking work, 70 hours a week. Like, do you know what I mean?
Bro, if you were taking the piss, your family wouldn't fucking support you, bro, because no
No.
one would do that. And this is what people don't grasp. Oh, it's easy for you. You had a helping hand, yeah, but I put the fucking work in, mate. And
yeah, mate, and that's what's helped. Yeah, you know, if I was doing 40 hours a week, and doing the bare minimum, then I wouldn't have. You know, it's from me putting in the work with that. Then it's given me a little leeway with other things, and them supported me. You know, like Richie said, mate, it's only what we would do for our kids. You know what I mean? Like, I still got like
what we work for, though, bro. This is what your grandfather's worked for. You know, I seen him when he was watching the Welsh, bro, and I was like, oh my god, that's, you know, because I seen him. You know, he was loving it. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Your grandfather, wasn't it? When you went over.
My grandfather, bro, and like he's literally he's got cancer.
Mate,
now,
I've never seen someone so proud, mate, and he was just like, you know, it was mate, it was like really heartwarming to see. Like, I mean, it was bro, it was really good. Like,
he literally started his first treatment of chemo today. Like, he's 79, but he just got diagnosed with cancer like 2 months ago. Obviously, while I'm on prep and stuff, and I just prayed, like, you know, the moment that's just happened, boys, like to make him proud, like you said, Rich, and to be able to like pay him back for everything he's done for me, like to make him proud and to give us those moments before, because he hasn't got long left, like, you know, and to be able to do that now and for it all to happen now, it's just everything happens for a reason. Like, if he was to go tomorrow, like I'd be able to push on because I know I've given him back. You know, he's always believed in me, and he's you know, helped me out, and like I would be able to sleep at night knowing, like, you know, I've made him fucking proud. Do you know what I mean? I'm so glad this moment has come this year, because next year he's not going to be here. Do you get me? So it's been, you know, as hard as everything is, it gives me satisfaction knowing, you know what, I've made him fucking proud, and like, and it's
good, mate, that you've used this pain and emotion in a good way as well. Like, mate, like, obviously, boy, you've been through the last couple of years, mate, you could have gone the other way and gone, do you know what, I'm back on your phone and do it.
Yeah, easily,
Like, and this is the difference between people, you know, they'll use an excuse to do something that they don't want to do instead of like pushing into something positive and driving, you know, and you know, doing things that, you know, for people they care about as well. Like, I mean, pushing yourself forward, you know. And
and my first initial, when we found out he had cancer a couple of weeks ago, my first initial thought was, shit, do I pull the prep? Do you know what I mean? Do I spend, you know, do I spend more time with him? But mate, I was still at the hospital every night with him, with my boy, with my missus and my family. Like, I didn't make an excuse like, oh, I can't do steps because I got to go to the hospital. I still got everything done, no matter what, because maybe now's the time. Is my like, if I put it off till next year, you may never see. You know, when I come off the stage, when I won my category, right, I FaceTimed him. I said, I've just won, like shaking, and he's like, oh, he's crying. Rich, you know, you've seen him the other week.
Yeah, mate. Honestly, God, bro, it like me, I was like, you know, it took me, and I was like, oh, it was amazing to see, bro. And it was just like, I could see, I knew straight away who it was, like, I mean, but it's like, mate, it's like what, like, obviously, like you said, bro, like, what like I'm trying to do now is build something for my son and his, or my daughter and their families in the future. And obviously that's what he's done, bro. And now he's seeing you be where you are and be the person you are, bro. Because obviously you work hard, I see you graft hard in work, you know, you do what you do. And that, you know, that moments for him, like, you know, it's like, it's once in a lifetime moment, isn't it? Because
it is, mate. And when I wish I would have screen recorded when I FaceTimed him when I won the card, because when I FaceTimed him, I said, like, Grant, I was shaking, I've just won the whole show. And I couldn't believe, and then obviously he's crying, and then I'm fucking crying because it was such a moment for, like, because I've told him, he was saying to me on the week before, are you ready? And I was like, yeah, but Grant, this is the European Championship, mine. This isn't the Welsh, this is a big show. And I was like, and he's like, yeah, but even if you come somewhere, I'll be so happy. As long as you come somewhere. So to be able to ring him and say, I've just won the whole fucking thing. Like, it was unbelievable, you know. And I just wish I screen recorded it. Do you know what I mean? Because, mate, it was such a moment, and I cried my eyes out. I was fine after it, but you know, when I run and told him, set me off. Do you know what I mean? You know,
I bet even thinking about it now, though, it gives you that, like, you know.
Yeah, it does, mate. It does. It
does,
like
a connection like that, you know, like when you like both look at each other, you know, it's absolutely forever, bro. You know,
mate, it was, and that will last with me forever. You know, the fact, like, I made him so proud, like, and it does, and I hope, like I said on my wedding vow, not my wedding vow, my wedding speech, like that was the hardest one, was talking to my granddad in my speech sort of thing. And I just said, I hope I can do for my kids what he's done for us all, not just me, you know, the family. You know, he started that business, bro, you know, 60 years ago. And, you know, it's give us all a career. It's give us all, you know, a decent way of life. We all got to work hard. We all work many fucking 60, 70, 80 hours a fucking week, you know, and yeah, we got to work hard, but it gives us a good quality of life. Do you know what I mean? And
when you're all in it together, bro, it makes that much better as well. Real life,
you know, and no doubt my dad's made him proud. You know, the way he runs the business. So no doubt I've made him proud the way I work and do what I do outside of work. You know, so to be honest, mate, that's stuff money can't buy. You know, and yeah, I'm happy as all.
I mean, when I seen him on the show, like it wasn't just like a happy grandfather, mate. He was like cloud nine, unbelievable. Like, so, like for me mentioning it, people just think, oh yeah, like everyone's, you know. But he was like, mate, he was shaking. He was like, and there was like something that's just like, mate, it was a surreal moment. Like, and I witnessed that, mate. And so
Josh, you'll be able to draw on that moment now, mate, going forward as well. Like with, you know, with like this, we've talked about it a couple of times on you, that self-doubt that you've had, and you said you're not going to think like that anymore.
Yeah.
Like when that creeps in, mate, just think of your fucking granddad, like going forward with pushing on and stuff as well.
Yeah,
like,
for sure, mate. So, yeah, I will. Yeah, definitely.
It's a sick one, bro.
He's a fucking legend, bro. Honestly, he's like once in a lifetime type of guy, mate. And like I said, like he's always believed in me and supported me and stuff. And I'm so glad that I was able to do what I've done before he goes. Do you know what I mean? Because it's inevitable. He will be going soon, like, you know. So, and that's not me being negative or whatever.
No,
it's just real. Do you know what I mean? Like he's going downhill fast, and we all know that. And you know, now is the time. Do you know what I mean? Now is the time for it to happen. Everything happens for a reason, and you know, I'm just grateful that you know I was able to do it, and I pushed on, and I made him proud. Like you know, I'm just
nailed it, bro. Nailed it. Bro. I think we'll wrap it because. And Andy's give us a curfew of 90 minutes now. Only joking. No, we've just been some of these podcasts have gone on for like 2 hours. And some people like the long ones because obviously they're driving, like me when I'm listening to podcasts. I know what's going on there.
With the fucking like, because you said 90 minutes, he was like, 1 hour. He's sitting there with a little, I should have turned the camera off. You know.
But
all that. They're all looking at me with this bloody man.
Oh, sick, man.
Boys, it's been a pleasure though, and I genuinely appreciate you asking me to come on and stuff. And
it's all good, bro. It's all good, man.
Yeah, and a massive congratulations again, bro, for me. Well done, bro. And look forward to seeing you what you can bring in the future, bro. It's going to be exciting for you, man.
Yeah,
Josh, what's your Instagram so people can check you out, mate?
Josh 𝘗𝘰𝘁𝘶, mate. Still the same. I haven't changed it.
You haven't put the underscore IFBB Pro yet?
Nah, man, I'm not going to do it.
No?
Why is that?
I don't know, mate. I didn't know if I wanted to be one of them guys. I put it in the bio and just leave it as Josh 𝘗𝘰𝘁 for now. I may change it eventually, but I didn't want to be like, boom, straight away. You know, to be honest, I'm quite happy with it as it is. It's in the bio. And
that's the best way.
It's up to the individual, isn't it? I didn't feel like I wanted to do it. So.
Yeah, no, wicked, man. Well, check Josh out on his Instagram.
Josh 𝘗𝘰𝘁𝘁, guys. Yeah, check
Josh 𝘗𝘗𝘁. And we'll wrap it there, boys. So thank you for your time on Friday night.
I'm going to Lilo's. I'm fucking starving.
Nice one, boys. Have a good weekend.
Nice one. Yeah, catch up with you all soon.